Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to Andrew's Life. I hope everybody's having a great day. In a minute here, we will be entering the city of Boonville, Indiana. I believe this is going to be, technically, we're in the city limits of Boonville. In a minute, now you'll start seeing some houses. Okay, people, welcome to Boonville, Indiana. Now, Boonville, Indiana is located in the southwestern region of the state of Indiana. It is the biggest city in Warwick County. Now, Boonville, it's a typical small Indiana city. The population here is sitting at 6,712 people. As of the 2020 census, this city has grown by 7.5%. So the population used to be 6,246 people back during the 2010 census. Now, if you're looking to go somewhere that might have a few more things to do, a few more things to keep you entertained, perhaps slightly more and better amenities as well. If you travel 30 minutes southwest of here, 30 minutes southwest of here will take you to Evensville, Indiana. Or if you travel 36 minutes south of here, it will take you to Owensboro, Kentucky. So Evensville is going to be the closest metro to here. And then as far as it goes for, I guess you would call maybe a mid-sized city, you got Owensboro, Kentucky, which is south of here, 36 minutes. So Boonville is conveniently located to a couple of larger communities. Now, Boonville in itself, it's got pretty decent amenities. If you're not familiar with the Midwest, or you're not familiar with the state of Indiana, one good thing I can say about Indiana is, whenever you enter in a city of this size, granted 6,000 then some odd people is not a big city by any means. However, even in a city like this, you'll be able to find the majority of what you'll need. Like as far as it goes for shopping, places to take your vehicle for service, legal stuff, shopping, restaurants. You'll be able to find basically most of all of what you need here in Boonville. And when it comes to jobs, obviously, the largest employers here are going to be either in healthcare or in retail. And there is a Walmart here, and there's also a few healthcare facilities here, and I believe there's a couple of hospitals here as well. So if you work in healthcare, I would think that you shouldn't have a hard time finding employment, but I guess it depends on what sector in the healthcare field you're working. And of course, retail. So, anyways. And honestly, as I was driving through the city, I'll tell you guys right now, I didn't see any neighborhoods that I would consider to be rough. Now, the interesting thing was, when I looked up some of the history of this town, which I'll share a little bit with you right now. This city was founded in 1818. The city was named after Jesse Boone, who happened to be the father of Ratcliffe Boone, who happened to be the second Indiana governor. And this city was also part of the Underground Railroad. Now, what's strange is, when I did my research, one piece of information told me that this city was a former sundown town. And then another piece of data told me that this city was not a former sundown town. So for the sake of this video, I'm not going to say this city was a sundown town, because the information that I was reading was conflicting. But according to my research, this city, Boonville, Indiana, was a part of the Underground Railroad, which to me makes perfect sense given how close it is to the Kentucky state line. Now, back in the day, the economy here used to be coal mining and farming. And Boonville, given that it's the biggest city in the county, it also served as the transportation hub, during the days of coal mining and farming. And although I'm pretty sure a little bit of farming goes on, like on the outskirts of the city, like I said earlier, the largest industries here are going to belong to healthcare or retail. And later on in this video, you'll see a beautiful, I guess you would call it a pond, that you can go to and you can sit by it. I mean, really it's a park. It's the city, I think it's the city of Boonville Park. I mean, it's a very nice park, clean. I wanted to give you guys a tour of the park, but the day that I was here, it was super windy, so the quality of the video would have been poor. And secondly, there were too many people at the park, so I really didn't want to deal with all that. But if you come here and you visit Boonville, they do have a nice little park, which is located by downtown. It's got I don't know whether they call it a lake or a pond, I'm not sure what they call it, but there is a man-made body of water. I'm pretty sure during the summertime, the breeze coming off that water is refreshing. So go check out that park. And like I said, you'll see the park later in the video. Now, if you're looking at moving here, and you got children, the school system is pretty good. I mean, the school system here is an A-. So your kids ought to be real educated by the time they graduate, if you stay here for the whole 12 years. And as far as it goes for rent, if you're looking just to rent, you don't want to purchase at this particular point, your median rent prices are going to go from $630 to $1,320 a month. If you want to purchase something, matter of fact, let me back up. Like all this you're looking at right now, obviously, when I came down this road, I didn't know exactly what was here. I was hoping it would take me to another area, but unfortunately I ended up making a huge circle. But what you guys are looking at right here are new houses that at some point they're going to build. That's what you got. And like that White House I'm getting ready to pass, I just passed up. That's one of the new houses that they're building. And pretty soon that area that I just drove out of is going to be a new subdivision. And in a minute, I'll be going right back in town. Okay, let me continue. I just had to take a sip of water here. So anyways, if you're looking at purchasing a house here, your housing prices are going to start at $120,000. Now the market here is fairly busy, and to be honest with you people, I'm not exactly sure what $120,000 here will buy you. Whether it's going to need a ton of work or no work at all or little work, I'm not sure. I just know that the housing prices here start out at 120 grand. And like I said earlier, there's really no areas of the city that I would deem to be a rough or questionable area. I mean, for the most part, this is a pretty clean city. It appears to be a quiet city as well. And if you're looking at buying a house here, the housing market appears to be a little busy. When I was looking at realtor.com, I noticed a lot of the houses that are currently for sale are now pending a contract. So I'm going to assume this is a heavily sought after area for people to move to, for those who want to live in the Southwest Indiana region. Which makes sense because, not everybody. And when it comes to Owensboro, Kentucky, I mean, that's not too far from Evensville, but to be honest, this city, it's a little more kept up than Owensboro, Kentucky is. Now, don't get me wrong. If you go to Owensboro, Kentucky, Owensboro is a beautiful city. Like, if you go to the downtown area by the river, it's a beautiful area. I did a video down there about, I want to say about a month ago at this point. So I'm not down talking Owensboro. I'm just doing a simple comparison. Now, me personally, if I had my choice between living here and living in Owensboro, I would probably pick Owensboro because Owensboro is a tad bit more diverse. I mean, this city is predominantly white. I mean, not that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but my personal preference is to move somewhere that has at least a little bit of diversity. That's just my preference. But for those of you that don't care about that type of stuff, you just want to live somewhere nice and quiet and peaceful, where you don't got to worry about a whole lot of craziness, this city could be the city for you as well. Now, I will say the housing prices here are going to be a little bit more expensive from what I was able to see compared to Owensboro, Kentucky. And honestly, I'm not even sure why I'm even doing a comparison between this city and Owensboro, Kentucky. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm just talking. But anyways, let's cut the goofiness out. I mean, I'm not even sure why I'm comparing a city like this to Owensboro, Kentucky, because the two cities are not even within the same league. I'm just talking. My apologies. Just got a little carried away. So anyways, let's jump over the niche and see what people have to say about this city. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of information available to me when it came to Boonville, Indiana. I looked for more information, but unfortunately, I really couldn't find a whole lot of information. My apologies. So let's see what people got to say about this city. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Let's have it pulled up here. Alright, folks. Out of 42 reviews, this city scores a 3.5 out of 5 stars. 7 people say this city is excellent. 13 give this city a very good, and 20 people say their city is average, and 2 people say their city is poor. So I'm going to start with the 5-star, which is excellent, and I'm going to read all the way down to the 2-star, which is poor. And I'm going to read 3 to 4 from each category. Let's see here. Alrighty, this first one was written 9 months ago. I have lived in Boonville for 17 years now and absolutely love it. I have grown and went through all their public schools, and the learning environment has overall been great. Boonville lives all their citizens and shows each and every one of them that they are cared for. I think the person meant to say Boonville loves all their citizens. I think that's what they meant to say. Okay, this next one, another 5-star written January of 2021. A small town where it's hard to go somewhere without seeing someone you know. There isn't a shortage of places to eat, visit, shop, and explore. With recent updates to the town square, Boonville is a great place to live. Yeah, they were doing a little bit of work downtown, but again, you'll see it later in the video. Boonville, Indiana is a place where tragedy and even greatness has the ability to bring people together. That was another 5-star written April of 2020. Yeah, I'll read one more 5-star. This next review was written December of 2019. It's a small town but very quaint and pretty. You basically know everyone and everyone is so friendly. It is a farming town, so you do see a lot of tractors. It is very homey and it wouldn't change. Okay, it is very homey, and it wouldn't. Okay, I'm done reading. I understand what they're really trying to say, but I think you guys get the idea. Alrighty, this next one is a 4-star. Written October of 2021. The changes are being made to show the town historical presence. People overall are very friendly. Deer are present throughout the town, and it's very quiet after 10. The only downside are the many blight houses and slumlord properties throughout the town. If you are fortunate to live by one, you have to invest in cameras and security systems. As much time and effort that is being made to attract families and taxpayers seem to waste okay, let me start over. I'm sorry, people. As much time and effort that is being made to attract families and taxpayers seems a waste to have this in the town. Okay, I get what they're saying. So basically what this person is saying is there's a fair amount of properties in poor conditions that a bunch of slumlords own, and basically what this person is trying to say is those properties are a waste of, I guess, tax dollars. I guess is what they're trying to say. Which honestly, when I was driving through the city, I guess I didn't notice those kind of houses too much. Now this house I'm getting ready to drive by, maybe that's one of the houses that they're talking about. But no diss to Alabama and Mississippi, but after living here in Alabama, when I drive through a city like this, whatever properties are in poor condition, whatever properties might be considered, I guess, ran down, I don't notice it as much anymore. Because when I do videos here in Alabama, or even when I do my door dashing in Montgomery, and also in Mobile and sometimes in Birmingham, I'm used to seeing areas that are just third world condition. Like, it's almost like I stepped into a third world almost. So when I drive through a city like this, it's actually refreshing to see a city like this. Okay, let's keep on going. This next review was written July of 2020. The town is small and friendly, and the downtown area is being renovated to become more and more walkable and fun. Okay, that's nice. Let's see. Okay, here's another 4-star, written December of 2019. Boonville, Indiana is a very small and quiet town. The advantage of living in a small town is that most everyone is friendly and helpful. The schools are wonderful and there are a few parks for recreation. We may not have a lot to do in our small town, but we are located close to a city called Evensville. They're within a half hour, so they're right, that's not far. And a lot of people are saying that this city is friendly, which maybe it is. I mean, this is one of the reasons why that when I get on the road and I travel, I want to slow travel. That way I give myself more of a chance to truly get to know an area. Here, I didn't sense friendliness, but I did sense quietness, and I did sense that if somebody were to move here, they would be very safe, and their possessions would be safe. But if I were able to stay here for maybe a week or two, maybe I would have saw the friendliness that people talk about. So for those of you that want to move to Boonville, or you're looking for a small city to live within a half hour of Evansville, come and check the city out. Apparently people here are friendly, which is always a good thing. Okay, this next review is a 3-star, written April of 2023. Boonville is a small town. There are 2 elementary schools and a high school, kept clean and nicely kept. Okay, the schools are clean. There are lots of places to spend time with friends and family and go out to eat. Okay, this next review was written December of 2019. It's another 3-star. Small town, not perfect, but it improves every day. Great places to raise a family, very quiet. The entire town is asleep by 10 every night. Okay, so if you're looking, like I said, if you're looking for a quiet place to live, come check out Boonville. Okay, I'm looking for another one here. Okay, here's another 3-star. Here's another 3-star review written July of 2019. Boonville is a small town in Warwick County, Indiana. There isn't much to do besides go to local Mexican restaurants and hang out with friends. Evensville is close by though, so you can always find something to do there. Even though there isn't much to do, Boonville is still a good place to live. Okay. This next statement was review was written September of 2023. It's a 2-star. I love Boonville as it is a town that I basically grew up in. However, there isn't really a lot to do in Boonville itself unless you want to make the drive to Evansville or Newburgh. Okay, I don't remember doing a video about Newburgh. I'll have to check that city out the next time I drive out to this region of Indiana. Granted, these aren't far away. I just wish there were things to do in town so I don't have to waste gas driving out and back in. Okay, this next statement is a 2-star statement. It's older. It was written back in 2014. I hate the weather where I live because it's so back and forth. One day it will be sunny and 75, then it will be windy, then rainy, then sunny, then snowing. You never know how the weather is going to be. And it messes with my allergies a lot. But I gotta say, when I lived in Indiana, I never had allergies. I didn't start getting allergies real bad until I moved down here to Alabama. And when I lived up in Tennessee, when I lived over in Tennessee, again, I had allergies. When I left Tennessee and I went back to Ohio, my allergies went away. So I never really had an issue with allergies up in the Midwest. But then when I come down south, I start having allergies again. Alright folks, I would love for you guys to watch the rest of the video. This video is a long one, obviously. And I would love for you guys to sound off in the comments. Would you move to this city? Would you consider it? Or is it a hard pass? Now me personally, like I said earlier, it seems like a nice city. And maybe if I was looking to live in this region of Indiana and I came here to visit, not knowing the racial demographics, despite the lack of diversity that this city's got, maybe if I came to visit and people here were friendly, there would be a good chance that I might consider moving here. I'll just leave it like that. Now, in the past, I've lived in communities that were predominantly white before. It's just that anymore, I enjoy living in communities where there's a little bit of diversity. And again, predominantly white communities are not bad. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're good. It's just my preference is to live somewhere that has a little bit of diversity. That's just me. And here's the body of water that I was talking about towards the beginning of the video. And for those of you that are watching this video, you live here or you know about this city, do y'all call this a pond? Do you call it a lake? I would love for you guys to sound off in the comments about that. And this is the area that I was talking about earlier. Like I said, for the most part, it's a clean city. And I will say it's, I do find it to be refreshing to, like, when I make my trip up north, like here to Indiana, it's refreshing to see neighborhoods like this where, for the most part, your houses are in decent condition, the yards are kept, the roads are half decent, and the city's not looking like some third world country like many of your smaller cities in rural Alabama be looking. And I don't mean no disrespect to Alabama, I'm just keeping it real. Alright folks, that's gonna do it for the commentary. I would love for y'all to stick around and watch the remaining 22 minutes of the video. I will catch you guys later. Stay blessed. I got one question for you guys. It's been a while since I've asked this question. But whenever I get done doing my commentary, do you guys want me to add music to my videos? Or do you prefer for me to just keep the music out of it? I would like for you guys to sound off in the comment section about that. And I would heavily appreciate it. Stay blessed.